put your motherfucking dick skinners together, a virgin to the bar, Mr. Richard Jeter, ladies and gentlemen.
That's how you start a show. How y'all folks doing tonight? I am very, very glad to be back here in Atlanta, Georgia. As he mentioned, I just came back from Los Angeles, where I was taping that midnight program for Comedy Central. And I just want to take one moment here to clear up a misconception that I have held for a long time, and I'm afraid some of y'all out there might hold this misconception as well about the Atlanta airport. Because when you go in and out of that airport long enough and often enough, it is real easy to begin considering it the 10th circle of Dante's Inferno. I mean, with its bullshit little, like, Disneyland in hell security maze that's going to, like, the worst ride ever, and the little subway that could, and the fact that it takes every bit as long to get to your gate as your actual flight itself is going to take. It's real easy to start resenting the hell out of that place. But I just wanted to tell you how wrong you are for feeling that way. And the next time you are in the Atlanta airport, I want you to apologize to it for me. I want you to go in there and apologize for being an ungrateful little bastard. I want you to hug a TSA agent and take your full body cavity search as penance. You get 3 Hail Marys and a rectal exam. Because as it turns out, the Atlanta airport is fantastic, while LAX, on the other hand, is a cardboard shanty that someone built next to a runway. I mean, this is a world-famous airport. This is where all your favorite celebrities, all your favorite pop culture icons come in and out of all the time. I expected it to be this glamorous fucking thing. I expected, like, luxury and fashion. I expected gold toilets. I expected tunnels in between the terminals with so many jewels encrusted on the wall it looked like Jackson Pollock had an orgasm with a bedazzler. You know? So what actually happened was, it turns out it is one of the dark purple properties in Monopoly that's like $2 and a Snickers bar with a hotel on it. We stepped off the plane into LAX, and there are missing ceiling tiles. There is exposed wiring. There's a dead canary next to the ticketing counter. Asbestos is gently falling around us. It is the closest thing anyone in this city has ever seen to snow. And there are homeless people. People have been homeless for decades, asking us if we need somewhere better to stay or be. Terrorists are just wandering in and then wandering back out, saying, I can't work under these conditions. They are filing OSHA complaints with their sleeper cells. That's how fucking terrible this airport is. And it really kind of is a metaphor for the entire Los Angeles experience, because that's what LA is. It is this thin veneer of luxury and beauty over a steaming pile of weird shit. And the people there, like, down here, we have our whole, like, Southern hospitality bit thing, where, you know, we're not actually any more polite to you than anyone else in the country, but we're just much better at being terrible to you, so it sounds like we're still being polite. Because, like, down here we have the whole, like, the bless your heart thing. Oh, bless your heart. You know, bless your heart here is like, I hope you die in a fucking fire in New York. And they don't know that. They haven't figured it out yet. And so, you know, you've got those two extremes. And in Los Angeles, the people in Los Angeles they hover somewhere in this weird middle ground. They're the most passive-aggressive creatures I have ever encountered. Because, you know, okay, for an example, we're walking down the sidewalk. It's a narrow-ass fucking sidewalk. And this lady pulls her cell phone out, middle of the sidewalk, and stops moving entirely, and just starts saying. And everyone between us and this lady stops, like, and just lines up behind her. And, you know, there's buildings to her left, there's heavy traffic on her right, there's no polite way to navigate this conversation, this situation here. And, like, everyone's, like, just got their arms crossed, and they're tapping their Birkenstocks, and they're looking at their Apple Watches, but no one fucking does anything about it. I lived in New York for 3 years. If she had done that in New York, someone would have thrown her into traffic. And when the police arrived, witnesses would have just been like, I don't know what to tell you, man. She just stopped in the middle of the fucking sidewalk. She was just checking her phone. And the police, NYP would have been like, oh, suicide. Hate to hear that. Case closed. Who wants a fucking baby? And that would be it. But no, all these little passive-aggressive motherfuckers just lined up behind her. And, you know, speaking of traffic, you know, Atlanta gets bad rap for its traffic, but, you know, what's realistically, what is the worst case scenario on any given day here? Somebody decides to merge 6 lanes at one time without a blinker and without looking and sideswipes you, but everyone was only going 15 miles an hour anyway, so no harm, no foul, because no one is fucking moving. You've been in the same line of traffic for 3 weeks. You have watched the baby in the car next to you graduate college, and it was very moving. You know, Los Angeles traffic, it's the same maneuvers you see people pulling around here, except they're doing it at 105 miles an hour, and they're doing it in cars that are worth more than any of you have seen or made in your entire lives. Like, people are whipping Maseratis around you like they are fucking pizza delivery guys with nothing left to live for except to get to their dealer before the shakes get too bad. You know, they just... And so I wasn't going to be the guy that made the one mistake that cost somebody the gross national product of a small country. So we Ubered everywhere, and every Uber ride we took was like every motion theater ride I've ever been on, combined with every overdramatic driver's ed video I was forced to watch in school. And so we are careening around corners, we're on 2 wheels, we're bumping around everywhere, and in my head I hear like the fucking high school narrators like, "Did you see the small child getting ready to step out from behind that parked car? I guess not. He's now nothing but a fine red mist and a greasy stain on the concrete. Now's probably a good time to figure out how to work your windshield wipers." And our drivers were just insane. Like, I'm pretty sure some of them, in many cases, they weren't even people. They were just 20 cans of Axe body spray in a people suit. If I can taste your cologne, you might want to turn it down a little bit, Boris, all right? And that's why they don't let you smoke in LA, because if you get an open flame too close to an Uber driver, there will just, the Phoenix fragrance is going to live up to its name. There's going to be a ball of fire and like a bunch of swearing in Russian. Speaking of cooked meat, you know, I love Southern food. I miss the Southern food when I'm traveling, and you know, because I'm a carnivore. It's easy to be a carnivore here. We will deep fry the fuck out of anything in the South. Can't be that in Los Angeles. You're in Los Angeles, you say you're a meat eater in the wrong neighborhood, you are subject to the most anemic gang beating in your life. But it's okay. Most of them can only punch once or twice, and then they get winded. I say that, but I'm kidding, because my sister-in-law is a vegan, and she's here, and I'm pretty sure she can take me. So we're in this like Thai place, and I'm ordering chicken pad thai. I'm trying to order chicken pad thai. Very straightforward order. And this man-bun, full tattoo-sleeved, like just douchebag, hipster, locally sourced motherfucker folds his arms and looks through his lensless Buddy Holly glasses at me, and he's like, "We don't serve murder here." So I looked up at him and I was like, "Oh, bless your heart." Anyway, that's my time, folks. You've been fantastic. Hope you enjoy the rest of your show. I'm at Miles013 on Twitter if you want to check me out. I appreciate it. You have a good night.